this is a video review of the Transformers Studio Series 38 Bumblebee movie, Optimus Prime. So I think things are starting to look up for us collectors here in Melbourne. This guy, along with this wavemate Rampage, just dropped in our local targets. And I've been seeing news about the new waves of Siege figures with Springer and things like that starting to trickle as well. So hopefully in the next couple of weeks we'll be getting those as well. If you've been following my channel, there's been a severe drought in terms of new figures. I don't think we've gotten any new Transformers figures for like, I don't know, at least 1 or 2 months now. So welcome breath of fresh air. So in any case, let's take a look at the box. Let's take a look at the figure. Let's go. Okay, so starting with the box, it's the standard Studio Series box. It says Optimus Prime is figure number 38. He is from the Bumblebee movie. Has this nice G1-esque looking Optimus Prime, which is obviously the movie one. Same image of him on this side, only zoomed into the face. Again, same image, but up to the legs, and at the back there's a short bio. Well, actually less of a bio than the description. So it's a big screen inspired scale detailed backdrop, and it says San Francisco Bridge. There's an image of Optimus Prime in robot and truck mode, and of course an image of this wavemate Rampage. He comes with this not so bad set of instructions. It is pretty clear, although Optimus Prime is very intuitive. Didn't really need a guide to transform him the first time. But yeah, the instructions are very clear, so they're not too bad. He also comes with, as I mentioned, the backdrop, which is the Golden Gate Bridge, which is again not a bad backdrop. Stand him there, not too bad if you got the space. When I do get to my new house, it'll be here in like, building will complete in like a few months. I'll make sure to display all of my Studio Series figures with all these backdrops. But yeah, this one is especially nice, especially since I really like San Francisco. The last accessory is this gun, which is a very modern take on the G1 gun. Now, just for perspective, here's the gun compared to Siege Optimus Prime's gun, which is basically the G1 gun. You can see they're not exactly the same, but it does take a lot of details from it. So like this vented back and the long rifle. Now this magazine, if you remember the G1 gun, it did have that magazine. So yeah, not too bad. Now taking a look at Prime himself, I really like this take on Optimus Prime. As I've said a million times, I like the techno-organic details that come from all these movie figures, but I really like the G1 aesthetic of Prime, so having them together in one figure, it's really nice. Now let's take a closer look at Prime. His face is really G1, although I feel the eyes are a little bit too apart. I don't know if that's accurate to the movie, but yeah, I like the head sculpt. It's very modern take on G1. Nice chest detail. You are able to open it up, although no matrix, of course. The smokestacks are stiff plastic, although they are only loosely pegged. They're not loosely pegged as such, but they too turn. Love how instead of the usual gray plastic, we get this really nice gunmetal-y plastic. Shiny plastic. It's nice. This joint looked odd to me, even in the early images, just because it looks like a hinge that goes this way. Actually, the elbow does go that way, although it's not too bad. That's accurate to the movie as well. I like how the legs are less blocky, more human proportioned, if that makes sense. And this leg design is really G1, really G1, which I like. Nice feet. On the side, he does have a really good profile. He doesn't really have a backpack, which is nice. From the back, again, lots of nice details as well. The other thing with this Prime is, aside from maybe that part or that part, there's no real hollowness to speak of, which is nice. I mean, even the even the Siege one didn't escape in terms of having some hollowness, so this one is really good. Okay. It's probably my favorite Prime, and I have a lot of Primes. It's probably my favorite one. Now this weapon does store as you see on his fist, although you do have the option to store it on one of these peg holes at the back. It's really nice as well, so makes it look like accurate gun storage, or at least, yeah, not too bad. Now taking a look at his articulation, his head is on a hinge, though it's very tight. That's probably my major complaint about this figure. This head is very tight on that joint, and I'm afraid of like breaking the peg. Other than that, you know, not too bad. The arms are on a hinge there that goes out, and a swivel at the base. There is a slight butterfly joint, but that's more for transformation. As you can see, moving the arms out does flip that shoulder piece out. Now this does hinder articulation a little bit, so be wary, but it's not too bad. You can work around it. There's an elbow joint there, it goes round, or upper arm swivel, sorry. Elbow joint that goes a little bit over 90 degrees. There's another joint here for transformation, so you won't really need that, because you also have a wrist swivel. Now it does have a waist swivel, although, oops, I just do. Does have a waist swivel, although it does get hindered by these flaps. So these flaps do hinder the swivel. So if you want to pose it with the waist turned, pose it first before you start moving the legs, because even the very slight open flap there will hinder articulation. Anyway, legs go parallel to the ground, not too bad. Not as much going back, because this is hindered by this back flap. Goes to the side that much. Upper leg swivel. Weird looking joint on the knee, although it does go more than 90, so not too bad. And he does have ankle pivot, not as much as like Siege, but I think it's more than enough for a lot of the dynamic poses. And this guy does pose really well. Okay, so going for some size comparisons. Here he is with the other two more recent Primes. Now we haven't gotten the new Studio Series movie Primes yet, aside from this, you know, the one with the trailer, or one with that combines with Jetfire. Although we do have this Studio Series Prime, which is not a bad Prime, although like I said, I like this design of Prime more. And then here he is as well beside Siege Optimus Prime with the repro labels. I do have a review of this guy on my channel, as well as the repro labels, so if you want to see that, it's somewhere on my channel. So these are about the same size. I thought this would be bigger, but you know. And this guy's slightly smaller, go figure. And here he is with the rest of his movie brethren. Here he is with Bumblebee. Here he is with Shatter. Let me just put them back so I can see them all on the screen. And here he is with Dropkick. I think Shatter and Dropkick should be a little bit bigger than Bumblebee, but this guy towering over 3 of them is accurate, I think. Then of course here he is with Siege Sideswipe, just to give you a comparison. Dreadwind, you already saw him with Paul Rudd here, and then here he is with Mark Ruffalo on a scooter, just to give you a rough size comparison if you have these other figures. Okay, so to transform him, I like his transformation. It's easy in that it's smooth, not much issues, but at the same time it is fairly complex. So the box did say he has 35 steps, so yeah, let's do it. First thing I do is I open up the chest. There, dislodge his head. So let's hand over, open this part, open those parts, and that allows you to actually swing this around. If you just move all the hindrance, swing this up. Why are you blocking me? Yeah, oops, swing this around. This does pop off quite a bit on me. I mean, it's not easy to pop off, it's just, no, it's just a pressure peg. So swing that around, make sure it's all aligned. There you go. This head just goes, okay, let's just push this back forward there, and this head just goes there, and we use those holes to align the arms later on. So let's just do the legs first. Swivel the legs forward like that. Taking one leg, you unhinge this joint. So as you can see, right, there's that peg that hooks to that, and then there's that peg that goes into there. There's a series of pegs that solidifies that port. So open that up. You can fold this now. We'll sit flush. Oh. Then unpeg here, so that just that pegs to that, firms this up as well. Now the feet himself, you just straighten it out, right, and then twist it around. Am I going the right way? Hang on. There you go. And then swing this over like this. There is a peg there that goes into that small hole on the foot. Okay. And then let's do the same on the other leg. It's almost exactly the same, just with a small difference. So just unpeg this, open this. Oh, sorry. Fold that in, unpeg that. Again, this one you straighten out, then you peg inwards, and then you peg that into the hole on the foot. Now you do have that trailer hitch there, which you open out. Now before you hook them together, let's do the upper leg. So the upper leg, what you do is you expose the gas tank there. Yep. Yep. And then you peg that bit into that hole. Now this is supposed to be like that. I must have forgotten that from the last time I transformed it. Okay. And then just peg that to the slot there. Do that. So this one, fold that down so it's parallel to the gas tank, and then just, or perpendicular to the gas tank rather, and just peg this to the hole. That's the leg almost done. So what you do is you align that so that pegs into that slot there, and then that pegs to that hole there. So we just align them and peg them together, and I think that's the legs done. Now this bit you can peg together already. So there's that peg in a hole, opposite pegs in a hole, and just peg them together, although we'll come back to it later on. Let's do it now. Yep, and come back to it later on. Okay, now let's do the upper part. So the upper part, this is again pretty complex but cool. So first thing you do is don't touch this. If you move this, this will hinder the transformation. But how it is normally it should be like that with the holes facing forward. Now you swivel this as such, 90 degrees. Now when I transformed it, I thought it should be like that, and it took me a while to realize there's a little clearance if you do it. So just make sure that line is aligned to that hole. Go. Now swivel that to the back. Now that peg will peg into that slot. Let's just align this forward. Now, just like Optimus Prime G1 and a lot of other Optimus Primes with this kind of transformation, you do the arms like that, and then you fold it inside there. Again, peg that to the slot. Just peg that here. So classic Optimus Prime transformation there. Do the same on the other side. So just roll that 90 degrees, fold that in, slot that peg to that slot as like so, and then swivel the arm in. That's it. Okay, just a little bit more. Now these shoulder things, you just peg like that. You can do it later, you can do it now, doesn't matter. Let's just do it now. What else? Okay. Now the flaps on the back of the arms, what you do is you fold it out and then align it as such. Let's do the same here. Now this windshield, you just press up. Before I do that, there are these flaps under the windshield that fold out. Just fold that out. Oop, fold that out. Then you can rest it flush like that, and then there's that peg that goes into that slot. That peg goes into that slot, and that peg goes into that slot. So pretty secure. Just peg all three. That. Do the same on the other side. Same series of pegs and slots. There you go. Now this wheel flap. Let's see now, the only thing that secures it is basically, well, that peg will friction there, but the main thing is this oh, I thought there would be more. Anyway, that will friction up there, so just fold that up. Oh, there it is. That peg there will peg into that hole there. So first we friction the top part in. Now before we do that, we do the same here. Now we align this so that those two pegs will slot into those two holes there. So yeah, yep, pretty smooth transformation, can't complain. Now the last part, okay, align that again forward. Now those two holes there, oh, sorry, those two pegs, they go into those two holes, and then these two pegs here will peg here. So two secure points there. So do that, peg that there, peg that there, peg. Okay, do the same here. Peg and peg. Oop. Yep. So let's just clean it up. Make sure everything's flush. And there you got. Okay, just adjust my camera. There you got Studio Series Prime in this really nice, really G1 alt mode. And I am really surprised with the quality of this figure. So just like how the robot mode didn't skim too much on the paint, as you can see, it has all the paint that it needs. Maybe tailgates, I don't know, that's one thing, but the rest, right? See how there's painted windows, or silver stripe, silver windshield, silver grill. It's all painted. Even the side mirrors, can't really complain. And then rims, nicely picked out in silver. So yeah, really nice. Now these parts that are not painted, they're cast in the same gunmetal plastic, which is nice as well. So yeah, go back in there. Nice. It does go really well as well, which is always a good thing. Yeah, really nice print. So going through some comparisons. Okay, so for some comparisons, let's start with him, then Dreadwind and Sideswipe, just so you get a clean look. These guys are about in scale. Forget about that guy. Now here he is with the previous movie Prime. You can see this guy, they do seem to be a little bit out of scale here. And here he is with Siege Optimus Prime, just so you can see how they look together. Of course, this guy has repro labels. Funny that he is more G1 looking than that guy. Can you do? Yep. Mark Ruffalo on a scooter. And of course, let's bring the rest of the movie gang. Here he is with Series Bumblebee. So you'll see the series Shatter. And of course, a grossly out of scale Studio Series Dropkick. So yeah, still really like the alt mode on this guy or gal. Really cool. Yeah. Okay, so that has been the review. Now, should you be getting this guy? Now, if you are Bumblebee movie fan, then this is a no-brainer. Go get him. Of all the sorry, of all the renditions of the movie Optimus Prime, this is probably the best one. If you are a G1 fan like me, you will appreciate all the callbacks. Get that callback. You'll appreciate all the G1 callbacks, and just the mix between G1 and with all these techno-organic detail. He is the perfect balance. As for me, this is probably my favorite version of Optimus Prime. Even with all the other Optimus Prime figures that I have and have had, and even those that I have back in Manila, this is probably my favorite one. He's probably gonna be staying on my office desk for quite a long time. So yeah, if you have a chance, go get that guy. You won't regret it. Now, yeah. So that has been the review. If you like that review, please do leave a like. As usual, leave a comment, share the video, do subscribe, help out a guy. This will be my next review. So keep tuned for that. Stay tuned for that, rather. And as always, this has been Studio Series 38 Optimus Prime, and this has been Grim Trigger. Thanks for watching.